things just didn't work out for us from the get-go. We had a lot of problems getting out of our zone. Our our breakouts were horrible. Probably almost the first half of the season. We took so many minor penalties. I think we led the league in minor penalties. We were constantly chasing the game, constantly playing shorthanded. Our players that don't play um, on special teams were not getting any rhythm. We're not getting any reps. So even if you kill off the penalties, which we actually didn't do a very good job of that this year, unlike in the past. But even if you did, even when we did kill them off, it still hurt the rhythm of our team, because again, the players who normally would be out there in even strength situations didn't play because they don't kill penalties. Um, so, but I will say this: before Christmas, we started to do a better job. Our breakouts got better. Our penalties got cut way down. We started to win at home, something that we did a terrible job of in the first half of the season, or just before the first half of the season ended. We had some good wins. We rebounded after that horrible game in Boston to beat Boston the next night. We then beat Pittsburgh at home. We beat Winnipeg at home. We beat St. Louis at home. We then went on the road. We won in Nashville. We won in Minnesota. We lost in overtime to Colorado, and I actually think we played a great game there, except for a late collapse. Uh, we were forechecking. We weren't taking penalties. And then we later won in Columbus. We just had a lot of good things happen. But then, just before the Olympic break, we lost 7-2 to Boston, in Boston. So then right after the break, what did we do? We lost at home 6-1 to Detroit. Despite the fact that they had more players in the Olympics than we did. So fatigue should have been a factor for them. Instead, we were the team that looked totally out of it. From that point on, we were inconsistent. We then lost 6 in a row a few weeks later. We're starting to play well now. We've never played well. So the sad part is we climbed back to about 5 games below 500 to 5 games over. We were sort of in the playoff race, and now we're pretty well out of it. So things just never went right this year. I don't know what the problem is. We didn't have a lot of injuries, unlike last year where we had a lot of injuries and we still succeeded. So I think when a team has overachieved in years past and has made the playoffs, and then to have a setback like this when you're basically injury free is very hard to swallow. And there's going to be a long review process in the summer, from ownership to management to coaching to players. And we are going to review it thoroughly. We're going to review it deliberately. In other words, we're going to take our time. We're not going to make any rash decisions, but we're going to spend a lot of time thinking about what we need to do to prepare for the draft, to make any player personnel moves in the offseason, whether that be trades, whether that be signing free agents, whatever. So the fact that we have this new television deal will definitely help us, but we're still going to be, I don't want to say we're going to be a frugal team, but we're going to spend our money wisely. We're a budget team. We're not a cap team. We don't play in a market with a large corporate base. We depend on a lot of walk-up tickets on game day. So even with the TV contract, it will enable us to retain players and periodically add pieces of players whose contract have expired on other teams. So the bottom line is, moving forward, we have a huge reassessment to do after the season. And it'll take a few weeks, up to a few weeks. And then after that, we should be able to put this year behind us and move forward. So I'm free now to take any questions that anybody has. Yeah, I'll start with you in the back.